This is what some people have been describing as the neon room. There's two triptychs that were made at separate time. Resurrection. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. There's a significant reference to my Catholic upbringing, my experience as a child growing up in the Catholic school system, that experience, but also utilizing the buffalo skull and the healing circle. So we have a number of motifs that are creating tension within this installation. Seems to be a reference to science fiction. So the technology behind the exhibition allows one to experience that, the way that the pieces are levitating. And that, for me, that referenced this whole notion of a sci-fi environment. When I was talking about the other body of work, 17, I was referencing research that was from the 1890s to the 1970s and to my current state of knowing and doing. And so that particular installation turned out to be a time machine. And so this actually kind of also works as a corridor that might be interpreted as a time machine as well, because you go through one end and you come out the other, and you might be completely different when you come through the other end. I've been using the skull motif, the buffalo skull motif, for a number of years. With the neon pieces, it was a really significant evolution in my work. But I was always referencing the painted buffalo skull and using hot rod motifs. I wanted to have something current that I just designed. And while I was working on my classic car, it was a 1963 Chevrolet Bel Air. And while I was working on the hot rod, I would paint these skulls the same color as my hot rod. So it references that whole process of working on a car, but also working on my art pieces as well. So there's a nice connection there. That references the 350 cubic inch, which is the size of the engine that's in the car, the 1963 Bel Air, and what I wanted to achieve with this process was to utilize a font that would be very retro, very 1960s. The font itself was really an important connection to the actual car itself. This piece is titled Custom, and one thing about the hot rod culture is that it's very hands-on. It's very everybody that's working on a hot rod has to customize it. Hot rod culture is about customizing your car, and I'm customizing these skulls the way that I would customize a car. So there's a nice link there as well. Pinstripe is very important to hot rod culture. But what I noticed was that pinstriping is not as easy as it looks. And so it was a very difficult piece to put together, and not an expert at pinstriping at the moment, but so it's something that it requires a lot of practice, and eventually I'll get a little bit more proficient at pinstriping. But it was a great experience to even attempt it and to have it this in the exhibition